Hello everybody, and I am Narendra Kumar, and we are from NRK Academy, and today we're going to introduce you a poem called Animals, and it is a very famous poem by Walt Whitman, and he compares the how we live and with that of animals, and it's a very wonderful way of comparing, because you don't see madness in animals, but you do see in man. So he gives that indirect comparison to make us clear about how unnecessarily we make our lives complicated. So let's start the poem. I would not like to explain the poem. I'm just going to read out to you, and you will see the beauty of the poem in this wonderful poem called Animals. I think I could turn and live with animals. They're so placid and self-contained. So if you see an animal, placid, very calm and almost like lazy, placid, very content and self-contained. So you can contrast it with human beings. Human beings are always very nervous, full of tension, all worry, sadness and all that. And they're not self-contained. They always want somebody. They want company. So, but what Whitman says, I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. So when you see things for a long time, you actually get to know the nature of the thing. You see a bird flying in the sky, you keep seeing it, it suddenly becomes real, that life. In the same way, when you look at animals, a cat or a dog or a squirrel or a rabbit, or even a tiger, any animal, you can see its nature, it's the way it lives. I stand and look at them long and long. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. So, have you ever seen an animal crying? It's like hot, or I don't have anything to eat. So he's slowly taking us into a thinking mode. An animal is better than us. It doesn't have that madness. They do not sweat and whine. Sweat means always worrying. Sweat here means not the sweat you usually get. Sweating because you're working very hard to prove yourself, or whatever other madnesses you have. And whine about means cry all the time about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. So man has got so much of morality. Is this right? Is this wrong? And even if he does right, he feels he's wrong. Somebody tells him something, he is all doubtful, and he lies awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. So always like a duty to some God which doesn't exist. No one is dissatisfied. Not one is dissatisfied. Have you ever seen a dog or a cat dissatisfied? They are never dissatisfied. Not one is demented. Demented means mad, with the mania of owning things. So human beings have got this mania of having a car and 10 cars and so many clothes, and they've got some kind of a mania. Something is driving them to want. Something which they don't want at all. And animals are much better that way then. They do not make me sick. They here means animals. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. No one is dissatisfied. Not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one kneels to another. So if you see an animal, you won't see an animal kneeling to the other. They won't bow down and please and all that. They have self-esteem in their own peculiar way. So not one means which one? Animals. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. So just because there was an animal sometime past, they don't kneel. So we do that. We have unnecessary respect for our forefathers and all those traditions and everything. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So they're not respectable. I'm very important and all that. And they're not unhappy over the whole earth. So they show the relations to me, and I accept them. So a dog or a cat, animals just directly show the relationship to you. They have nothing to hide, and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. So they bring me tokens of myself. They're just like me, what Whitman says. I'm so simple. And me means you're human. They're so human, or lifelike. together. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possessions. Evince means show. They evince them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they got those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? So where did they get their tokens? The tokens of myself. So this is from Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. It's a very famous book by Walt Whitman, 1890 to 92. He was a very major figure in early American poetry. So that is all for today. Thank you so much. This is Narendra Kumar, and we'll meet again with another beautiful poem. Thank you so much.